bottom of that section and where you're pulling it to. We work with three primary techniques, which is line graduation layers, but we also work with three primary shapes: round, square, and triangular. Okay, now, when we say round, square, and triangular, we don't mean round like that. We don't mean triangular like this. That's not what round, square, and triangular is. A round shape is a fluid shape that progresses from the front into the back, meaning shorter in the front, longer in the back. That's what we call a round shape. Triangular is a shape that descends from the back into the front, meaning shorter in the back, longer in the front. So what I'm doing here is, because I'm over directed towards the back, it's going to fall longer where? Towards the front. I'm creating a triangular shape. We define our shape with over direction. Yeah? If you pull everything forward and cut it, you're going to get longer in the back. You're going to create round shapes that way, right? If you pull everything back and cut it, everything's going to fall forward. Or if you pull everything just here and here, laterally, you'll get square.
And you'll get weight, right?
Yep. Now, when we're talking about weights, that's not shape anymore, is it? That's technique. So our three techniques that we use is, number one, lines. The definition of a line is basically, you guys know it as a 0 degree. Okay? Some people call it a one length. I personally don't like calling lines one length because not everything is one length. You can have a triangular line, can't you? Doesn't mean it's one length, right? So triangular line, round line, or square line. Shape we use. But the idea of a line is everything sits at 0 degrees, meaning everything comes to the same point. Alright? How do you get the cleanest lines? And how do you get lines to sit perfectly is when they are cut in their natural position. Lines are a max retaining of weight.
I'm sorry, if you were to cut that hair, would that create more weight?
Yep. So here's the thing. Shape is defined through over direction, right? What we said. If I stand still and I pull everything here, I'm going to get longer towards that way, right? But if I just slightly I'm moving around the chair and I'm only bringing everything into the previous, I am still going to get longer towards the front, but it's going to be a minimal shape, right? Now, when we talk about weight, technique now exists through elevation. We define shape through over direction. We define technique through elevation. So think about it like a box, three-dimensional square. Technique exists on the vertical plane. All right. You hold something down 0 degrees, you get lines. The second you lift to 1 degree, what is that now? So you guys learned graduation as a 45, right? Why do they say 45? Because 45 is the midpoint of where graduation sits. 1 degree is already graduation. All the way up to 89 degrees, that's graduation. Alright? So when we start lifting our hands vertically, we start going, alright? The more we lift, the lighter we start getting. 1 through 89 is where graduation exists. Right? Graduation, lines are a max retainment of weight. Graduation now is a buildup of weight. What happens now when you get to what you guys call 90 degrees, straight out of the head? That's not layers. Layers exist from 90 degrees or higher. So if lines are a max retainment of weight, graduation is a buildup of weight, what is layers? A removal of weight. Right? And those are the three things that you can do with hair. So once again, if I hold something right here and cut it, it will be heavier than if I cut it here, won't it? And that'll be heavier than if I cut it here or here, right? Same thing. The more you lift, the lighter things are. The more you fold down, the heavier you get. Kind of like a book. Does anybody have a book here? Anybody have a book in front of them? Hey, can I borrow your notebook?